I want to talk about something that has been on my mind and on my heart for a while, and I've just been kind of quiet about it, and it's the topic of civility. Yeah, hang tight. 2020 has been a hell of a year. If you're watching this video now, I'm highly assuming that you're watching this video in the same year as I'm filming it. I think one of the biggest things that I've noticed of everything else happening has been even more division in this country than what we have already been having. And mind you, I am talking to you from the perspective of a queer Afro-Latina. There's been a lot of hurt and there's been a lot of pain, especially for communities of color, especially for so many Black families and individuals in this country. There's a lot of fear for fellow Latinx people. There's a lot of fear for members of the LGBTQ+ community. There's a lot of fear that people have over the state of their own employment and their wallets. There's a lot of concerns that people have over the safety of this nation, the safety of themselves and their families and their communities. I want to know, given everything that is happening in this country and everything that has even led to where we currently are, is civility even possible? Does civility matter? I have always been a proponent of us needing to work with one another regardless of what our political ideologies are. Listen, it is not easy, even for me as a left-leaning person, to talk to people that are more right-leaning and more conservative than I am. Sometimes it's hard for me, myself, to think, how is it that this person can think so ideologically different from me when it comes to things such as human rights and the quality of life, but at the same time, how is it that we can also coexist in literally the same spaces and breathe the same air? Is there a way for those of us who think and vote differently to work together? It has always been something that has been an aspiration for me to want to see, is for all of us, and especially our policymakers from both Democratic and Republican, right and left-leaning perspectives, to come together to work on policies that would improve the lives of everyone in this nation. I want to see it, but I also have some conflicting thoughts. As much as I want to see people getting along in this country, I want to see this happen. I'm a peacemaker. I'm an Enneagram 9. I also know that there is so much unpacking and so much listening that has to be done. We're a country that was founded on slavery. We're a country that was founded on the genocide of so many Native Americans and indigenous people on this land. We're a country that perpetuated the Trail of Tears. We're a country that celebrated the Jim Crow era. We're also a nation that supported internment camps for Japanese people. And we're a country that, as of now, there are families that have still been separated at the border. There's a lot of stuff. There is a lot of stuff going on in this country, and there's a lot we need to address. There's a lot of unpacking we need to do, and it's gonna take more than one conversation. It's gonna take more than sitting around a campfire and passing granola bars and s'mores to one another. I think one of the reasons why this conversation of civility is complicated for me is that while it's this beautiful thought for all of us to work together and to say kumbaya, it is really hard. Think about it yourself. It is very hard to be in a room with someone that you don't like. And more so, it is very hard to be in a room, in a shared space with someone who doesn't even validate or want your existence. When there seems to be someone who doesn't want your existence, who doesn't value your voice, but then they ask you to come to the table, I also understand why people are very hesitant and skeptical, and there's not necessarily a level of trust. I don't think there's anything wrong with talking to people that have diversity of thought. I think there's beautiful things that can happen when we do sit down together. But I think before we do that, we need to be at a place where we are willing to be humble and we are willing to listen. And I mean really listen to one another. We need to be at a place where we are willing to listen to those who have been hurt and who are hurting. We need to be there. And I think once we get to this place, however long it's gonna take, however messy and however sloppy it will be, then I think we can gradually pick up the blocks we need to in order to begin to work together. But we also need to define what working together looks like. And we need to define what our shared vision is. And that's why I say civility is complicated. Look, at the end of the day, I will always promote and I will always be an advocate of teamwork and community, common unity and coming together. Because even though it is hard, even though it is sometimes painful to be in that same room as your oppressor, there's still this part of me that believes that it can be possible for our policymakers to work together, us community members to come and work together. But we've got to want it. We all have to want it, and we all have to be on a compatible page as far as what working together and what being respectful looks like. I don't think flicking someone off, giving someone the middle finger and saying F you, F you, F you on one hand is going to want to get someone to want to listen to you. But the other struggle I have is that sometimes the built-up anger that people have is sometimes what people need in order to pay attention to what's going on. It's a complicated topic. And this subject of civility, it's not so easy to put into a 15 or 10-minute video. Civility, the idea of civility and working together and getting along is more than some kumbaya ideal. You are talking about people's lives on the line. We are talking about working together to find a way to improve the quality of life with everyone. I still believe that it's possible, but I don't think it's gonna be easy. I think it'll be hard. It's gonna take work, and it has to happen in more than the course of one board discussion or one community rally or one social media woke campaign. We can't just stop there. I wanna know, what are your thoughts on civility? Does it matter to you? Is it a moot point? Is it something that you believe is possible? What do you think it would take for us as a nation, or maybe even your nation, to get people of varying ideologies to work together? I would love to know your thoughts, especially as we are closely approaching our upcoming election in early November, because regardless of who wins the office, this is a topic that is still going to occur. So definitely share your thoughts in your comments below. I would love to hear from all of you folks. Well, anyway, if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a like. If you like this conversation, I think you're gonna like my channel. If you like this topic or any other conversations pertaining to social commentary, current events, and our own self-advocacy, please consider following me on my channel. Well, folks, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I look forward to chit-chatting with all of you soon. Bye and take care.